What's good? Brian Tong here, and Apple's flagship September event is just around the corner, so it's really the perfect time to set things up and talk about everything we expect to see with the Apple Watch Series 5. Before we get rolling, this video is sponsored by NordVPN. You've seen them everywhere, and for good reason. Privately surf the web, protect your Wi-Fi from cyber threats, watch Netflix from anywhere, or even bypass the great China firewall. It's the #1 VPN service rated by multiple outlets, so all you have to do is just go to this link on screen and use the code BrianTong to get 75% off a 3-year plan plus an extra month for free. NordVPN, protect yourself online today. It's honestly been a really quiet year with the Apple Watch rumors, and we've only learned a few things for what we might see. Now, leaked assets from the watchOS 6 beta discovered by iHelpBR suggest we'll see new ceramic and titanium Apple Watch models that might show up at the keynote. Shots like this from the setup process for your Apple Watch were discovered and clearly show the word titanium, if you can read. Now, the firmware also has references for both 40mm and 44mm titanium and ceramic models. It's not clear if the titanium or ceramic will replace the current aluminum and stainless steel ones or become additional options. You have to remember the very first Apple Watch Edition models were made out of ceramic. It started with the Series 2 and Series 3 with an affordable price of $1,299 if you were a 1%er. But even they stopped buying them, and the ceramic watch was discontinued with the Series 4. I'm sorry, 1%ers. It's a tough world out there. Now, another report from Ming-Chi Kuo says Japan Display will be supplying the OLED displays for the new Apple Watch Series 5 in 2019. That means the Series 5 will still keep using OLED, and the reports have pointed to a next-gen Apple Watch in 2020 that will use a micro LED display, which brings better power efficiency, a slimmer design, improved color accuracy, and a longer lifespan since OLEDs use organic compounds. But again, all of that isn't potentially until next year. So I went in depth about it on my weekly podcast, the Apple Bits XL, that, hey, you can subscribe to. But the episode is called, Do We Really Need an Apple Watch Series 5 this year? Let me be clear. It's at the top of my list for the most exciting Apple product right now because they're doing so much with it. This thing, it just keeps evolving. And if you're someone who works out and is active, okay, pair that with the LTE option, and there's just this great sense of freedom when you don't have to carry your iPhone around with you all the time. But then you also pay for that with a more expensive data plan. We always expect Apple to bring something new each year, but they just did a whole new redesign with Series 4. The processor, well, that's more than powerful enough. I never feel it lag. And then all these new features that really matter are coming with watchOS 6, and that's what I'm personally excited about. So I'd be surprised if they don't release a new Apple Watch this year, but what would really be the main selling points from what we know? We have, new watch materials, a slightly faster processor with probably a little better battery life, and a new health feature that may or may not be crucial to have. That's just not enough for me to upgrade. I'll get one to review for sure, but as a Series 4 owner right now, it's just not worth upgrading. And maybe it brings a significantly better sleep tracking. We need to see something that's on the level of Fitbit and what Microsoft did back with their own band. For Apple, they need to get on that. That's what they're probably lacking the most, but I'm pretty sure they can already do it with the tech inside the current watches. It's just more about building an app that collects that data. So all the new features that really matter for the Apple Watch are coming in watchOS 6. So let's talk about them, right? The biggest is all the steps they're making to make this watch more independent from the iPhone and just its own thing. The App Store, that's coming to the Apple Watch where you can search, add, and install apps directly on the watch. Gone are the days of just manually loading apps from your phone to your Apple Watch, and then you had to figure out which apps even have Apple Watch apps by looking on your phone. Yeah, that was fun. But you'll also be able to update the software on the Apple Watch over the air in watchOS 6. You won't need the phone to do that anymore, and that's just huge. Now, a report says you'll be able to delete stock apps that you don't want, let's say the stopwatch or the remote app or the camera remote app. You needed the phone to do that before, and the biggest feature I'm excited about in watchOS 6 is a new API that allows Apple Watch to handle streaming audio on its own and does not require an iPhone to be there. So this isn't just for listening to big sports games live or sports radio or just radio, but also a few music apps you might have heard of, let's say Spotify or Pandora. Yeah, those and others can take advantage of this, and at the moment, you can only stream audio from third-party apps with a direct connection to your phone nearby with watchOS 5. You can see that's going to be huge. You can also listen to audiobooks directly on the Apple Watch in the new OS, and it'll remember your place if you jump to other devices. The Apple Watch is also going to be an even better fitness tracker. This is something that I care about. Summary data and stuff like the in-depth details after workout, they would only be viewable on the iPhone in the activity app in watchOS 5. So you have to go dig back into your phone to look at it if you wanted to see some of those more in-depth stats. You just get like a few data points on the Apple Watch for the summary, but now it's staying all on the watch and delivering a whole lot more data, like your standing minutes per day, walking pace, your cardio levels, in addition to everything else. That information, though, wasn't available before. Siri's also getting enhanced, so you can ask her what song is playing, and then using their acquisition of Shazam, you can do it from your watch without a phone. Plus, you'll see web page results when you ask your watch for any questions if Siri hears your query. And if you haven't found third-party options, Apple is finally bringing its own calculator, voice memos, and redesigned reminders app, so that's all integrated into the ecosystem. And very important, honestly, probably the most important thing, you'll be able to add Animoji stickers to messages in watchOS 6. Thank you. Now, ladies, you're getting a new cycle tracking app that can help them get a better overall look at their cycle with a few taps. And I'm just going to say it, guys, be on this because this is going to help you out too, all right? There's also a new noise app that can warn you when noise levels around you, let's say at a concert or near construction, are too loud and could damage your hearing. Plus, all new slick watch faces, they look modern and cool, and then new complications that you can add to them and the previous watch faces, all right? All Apple has to do now to put the cherry on top is to announce iCloud syncing to back up your Apple Watch in the cloud. That's actually pretty easy for them to do. Maybe we'll see it at the keynote where the Apple Watch could finally get the complete independence that I've been asking for. And then after that, you know, I'll just patiently wait over here to get the Dick Tracy feature with a FaceTime camera on it for video calls. If you know me, I've been talking about this for years. I just want it. I don't care if you don't want it. I want it. Now, there are Apple patents out there for it already, so I'm waiting. Apple, just do it. But I told you, really, the new Apple Watch, all the new stuff is coming with watchOS 6, and that's why we really don't need a Series 5, but I'd absolutely be surprised if we don't see one. We'll find out. Now, watchOS 6 is compatible with Apple Watch Series 1 through 4, but not all features are going to be available on all devices. And remember, the Apple Watch first generation, the very first Apple Watch release, is not a part of this and is different than a Series 1. Apple Watch Series 1, it came out at the same time as the Series 2, and that would be year 2 of the Apple Watch. It was a cheaper option from the Series 2. Remember, that year, the Series 2 had the faster processor, GPS for the first time, and then water resistance and a brighter screen. Series 1 has the same features as the very first gen Apple Watch, but the processor inside it is the same as the Series 2. Okay, I hopefully didn't confuse you there, but I wanted to make that clear. First generation versus Series 1, they're different things. So after all this that I threw at you, what do y'all think, right? Are you excited for the potential new Apple Watch Series 5? I guess the next guy after this. Are you planning on getting one? Do you even think we need one? I mean, where are you at with all this? Because I want to see it in the comments. You know I read them. And a lot of you actually really loved my pineapple shirt from that other video. Thanks again to NordVPN for sponsoring this video, because I was recently in China and NordVPN was exactly what I needed. You can't use Google services, Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram out there, but with NordVPN, you can. It also helps protect you online with double data encryption to make your online activity more anonymous. You can unlock Netflix and other video services content that's not available in your country. It's also recommended by Speedtest with over 5,200 servers in 60 countries. You can get it as a Chrome browser plugin, or you can get the app for iOS or Android devices. So take advantage of this offer now for 75% off a 3-year plan. Plus, you'll get an extra month for free by going to the link on screen and entering the code Brian Tong. NordVPN, protect yourself online today. All right, that's going to do it for now. If you like this video, thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe. We'll see ya.